Hey, hello challengers, and welcome to July's Gut Buster Challenge. I'm so happy you're with us, and I just want to thank you so much for joining us for the next 31 days. And if you've been here with us before, you know kind of how this goes. I'm just going to explain the purpose of the group and then show the exercises and then show modifications if you're a lower level or if you're a higher level. I will be demonstrating that for you in this video. So the purpose of this group is to develop a daily habit of fitness through short attainable goals. Each day you're going to do something. We start small and then we build through the month, and then the end of the month it gets a little more difficult, and by then maybe you're ready for it, or we can always modify the way you build too. So there's all different levels in here, and really the main focus is just to keep it at your level or a little bit harder so that you challenge yourself. The exercises are going to be targeting the core muscles this month, and as you know or may not know, the core is all the muscle groups between the neck and the knees. So I have 5 exercises, and they're going to focus on different muscle groups if within that range of the core. So if you're new to this group, I had mentioned there's easier levels. That is what I want you to try to focus on, the ones that I'm going to show you that are a lower level. And if you've been with us for a while, and we've been doing this for almost 1 year, this is our 12th month, and it will be a year of monthly challenges. And I can't even believe it. We started during COVID when people didn't have anything to do at a gym, and we're still doing it. So I'm so thankful for you guys. This has been super fun for me. All right, but again, if you're at a higher level and you're just coming off of a challenge, you can take whatever repetitions I have, and this month it's by repetitions. You can, do 1 or 2 sets or more to just maintain the level that you've already developed. Or if you need a little break, just go ahead and start back at the beginning. There are rest periods in this month, and rest is very important for your muscles as well as the work. All right, so I encourage you guys throughout this month just to keep cheering each other on. I want you to post your accomplishments if you feel like it. Just stay active in the group, because when you post something, that just makes somebody else see that, and it'll inspire them to do that. Same thing. Also, it's just really good for accountability, and accountability really works. Trust me, it does. Also, feel free to invite your friends. It's always fun to have people in the group that you know. And let's see, some tips, some really important tips. Listen to your body. So if something hurts or doesn't feel right, it's important to modify it for sure, or don't do it. Contact me personally if you want, or ask a question in the comments of this video, and we can work on something different that works better for you. So just be safe, listen to your body, and if it hurts, please don't do this. Just let's modify, all right? Also, be consistent. Be as consistent as you can. Follow the calendar. If you miss a day though, it's okay. Every day starts new. So if you miss a day or two, just pick it back up. It doesn't matter if you're on the right day of the week. Just pick it back up. Some people end up doing 2 or 3 in one day. That's totally fine. Whatever works for you. But stay consistent. Have a no-quit attitude. So no matter what, it's just do all of it. Or if you miss some, it's not all or nothing. I always just say it's all or something. All or something attitude. All right, are you guys ready to see the exercises? Here we go. The first one starts with plank jacks. So plank jacks works the hips. It's a little bit of a cardio. Definitely the core, the back, the glutes, the arms, the chest. Like really, plank jacks almost targets every single muscle group in the core. So you can do these the basic way, either on your hands and on your toes like a plank position. You can start high, or you can start it low, okay? Just make sure your elbows are right under those shoulders as well. If you do high, your hands, elbows, and shoulders are all in one line, all right? Your core muscles are tight, your glutes are tight, and then it's gonna be like a jack. Just step out, in, okay? That would be just the average, or not average, but the regular way to do a plank jack. If you want to modify it, you can tap, tap, tap instead of jump. If you want to make it a little harder, you can move your hand out with your leg. So you can tap, tap, and move the hands out too, okay? Or tap, tap, all right? And then if you want to make it a tad easier, you can bring it down and you can be on your knees and you can tap on your knees. Tap, okay? Or one of the easiest ways would be at an elevated surface. Make sure it's something stable. Put your hands on the surface, still hands under the shoulders, and then just jump out and in on this elevated surface. Okay, so there's a lot of different ways to do a plank jack. Just fit it to your level. All right, number two, we have heel touches. And this is basically like a side bend, but on your back. So put those feet out, lie back, and just reach for the toes or the heels, okay? The closer in, the harder. If your feet are wider apart, it's a little bit easier. If your neck tends to get tired, just support your head with one hand. You can just reach to one side and do all your reps on one side and then switch. So I count it like this. It's 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Okay? So that's how the reps work for that. And keep your lower back down, but your shoulders and your shoulder blades, if you can, up. All right? Number three, I just have a crunch, or if you want, you can make it a full sit-up. So a crunch, similar. Just put your hands behind your head. Make sure your chin is about a fist away from your chest, all right? And then just lift your shoulders up and shoulder blades if you can. Whatever you can lift as high as you can, hold it for a second, and then down. Be sure to exhale when you come up, and you can go the pace of your breathing, all right? If you want to really focus on core, which I recommend, you really pull this in, all right? Pull it in, and then release it. You can press your back into the mat, and then release it, coming back to neutral. Okay, so press it in, and then back to neutral. All right, so that's your core. If you want to do a full sit-up, let's say you feel like a little bit more of a challenge and you can do this, you can just come all the way up and reach, and then come all the way down. All right, it's going to target a little bit differently. And if you want to do both, you can do both. We're just that flexible here. Okay, so that's the next one. And then we have Superman. So Superman can be done a lot of different ways as well. So this one's going to target more of all the muscles in the back, the glutes, okay, muscles in the upper back, lower back, back of the legs. So you can start with everything out. Look down at your mat. And then you can lift opposite arm, opposite leg if you want. All right? That would probably be a medium level. If you want to make it easier, you can, I'll show you easier in a second. If you want to make it harder, you can lift up all four and hold. Again, go the rhythm of your breathing. Exhale when you lift, and down. Okay, if you want to make it a bit harder, you can even do a little more movement, like let's say a jumping jack on your belly, or like you're swimming. Okay, you can just bring it around and up, around. Okay, so those are some harder ways. Now an easier way might be a bird dog, we call it. So you start in a tabletop, hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips, and just lift opposite arm, opposite leg, and then down. And just look down at the mat so that your head and neck remain neutral. Okay, so that's another way. And then the very, very, very easiest way would be, again, utilizing that bench. Put one hand down, you're bent over like in a tabletop, but of course you're on your feet, and then just lift and lower. Okay, so those are all different ways for Superman. And then we have the last one is leg raises. So leg raises, the most difficult way would be starting with those legs up, hands supporting the back, bring your head down, and then just lower your legs, straight legs. Don't let your back lift away, and then come back up. As soon as, right before your back lifts away, come back up. If you can go all the way down and your back is pressed, go all the way down. You do the fullest range of motion you can. Now if you can't go down with your legs bent, then do this with your legs, or with your legs straight, do this with your legs bent, okay? So down and up. Or you can do one leg at a time. That would make it a bit easier as well. All right? Just make sure you support your back. Head can be down. And that is it. That is your leg raises. So you guys, that's it for the month. That targets all those muscles between the neck and the knees. All right? So I want you to make sure that you have that no quit attitude. Post if you want to encourage other people, and if you want to just make sure that you're being accountable to somebody, it really, really helps. And then these are so doable even on vacation. So you guys, if you are going on vacation, you could even do these on vacation. If you miss, no big deal, start back up. But I'm telling you right now, this is like 5 to 10 minutes. It's just gonna keep you regular and consistent so that you just develop a habit. Exercise is really just developing habits, and it's mind over matter a lot of times. Once you take that first step and start, you're gonna end up doing it, and it's gonna be over with for that day, and you're gonna be so happy you did it. So you guys, let's do this together. Let's just kill July. We're gonna just blast it out because it's a gut blaster. All right, so I hope you guys have a great July, and we are coming into the 4th of July weekend if you're watching this right now. So I want you guys to have a really safe weekend, and I'm just cheering you guys on as always. All right, thanks again for joining.